every conversation about investing or mutual funds, the one acronym that just keeps coming up all the time is NAV. So essentially, it just means the net asset value. But once and for all, let's just demystify this jargon.
Absolutely. I think NAV represents the value of each individual unit of a mutual fund. Going back to the basics, let's say an asset management company has 5,000 rupees capital invested from 5 different individuals, 1,000 rupees each. This pool of money is represented by units. Let's say the capital is divided by 500 shares of 10 rupees each. Now this value of the unit becomes the NAV. So if we have 500 units, the NAV is 10 rupees. And all investors would be buying the unit at 10 rupees NAV. If this basket represents the asset of an asset management company, with each apple representing a unit, the value of a single apple would be the value of the NAV.
That's true. And another thing to note is that NAV depends on the number of units created by the AMC. So it doesn't mean if the NAV is low that it's a cheaper unit, or if the NAV is high that the unit is expensive. You know, it's just like buying 1 kilo of apples. Buying small ones means you'll get a larger number, and buying big one means that you'll get a smaller number, but the weight will still be the same. So if you were to invest, say, X amount of money, it doesn't matter whether you get 10 units or you get 100. What matters is how much your investment grows.
And with this rise, the NAV grows. So after a year, if the growth is 20%, the 5,000 rupee capital becomes 6,000. And in turn, the NAV becomes 12 rupees a unit.
That's right. So if a year later I decide to buy the unit, I have to buy it at the new NAV.
Yes, that's how it would be for an open-ended scheme, which will create more units as per your demand at the prevailing NAV. Of course, there are other kinds of mutual funds like closed-ended funds, exchange-traded funds, which have limited units, which get traded on the stock exchange just like a share would be. But that's a topic for another day.
All right, so for now, let's have an apple then.
Of course, I love this. This layout definitely reminds me of a well-diversified balanced portfolio. The way I look at it is, in a well-balanced portfolio, all assets have a role to play and they do wonders to your long-term returns.